Russia launched a massive overnight assault on Ukraine between January 17th and 18th, deploying more than 200 drones in what officials described as one of the largest aerial barrages of the winter. At least 2 people were killed and dozens more injured as the strikes damaged critical energy infrastructure across several cities, leaving communities struggling in freezing temperatures. President Volodymyr Zelensky confirmed that the regions of Sumy, Kharkiv, Dnipro, Zaporizhzhia, and Odesa were among the hardest hit, as emergency crews raced to contain the damage. In the Russian-occupied Zaporizhzhia region, nearly 200,000 residents were left without power after what Moscow claimed was a Ukrainian drone strike targeting supply lines. Ukrainian authorities reported that close to 400 settlements remain without electricity, though restoration efforts were underway despite continued threats of further attacks. Russia also issued its own statement, claiming to have captured the towns of Privoli in Donetsk and Preluki in the Zaporizhzhia region during the same period of intensified fighting. Moscow's defense ministry alleged that over 1,300 Ukrainian soldiers were killed or wounded within just 24 hours of clashes on January 17th. According to the Russian military, its air defenses intercepted 6 guided bombs, 9 HIMARS rockets, and 220 Ukrainian drones during the overnight assault. Zelensky later reported that within a single week, Russia had launched over 1,300 drones, more than 1,000 aerial bombs, and 29 missiles against Ukraine. The escalation unfolded as Ukrainian negotiators arrived in Washington for high-stakes peace talks aimed at finding a path toward de-escalation and recovery. Reports suggested the high-level meetings were expected to focus on national security guarantees, international support, and long-term post-war reconstruction. Diplomatic sources revealed that Ukraine and the United States have already drafted a 20-point peace proposal, though Russia has yet to issue an official response. Moscow, according to multiple reports, continues to demand formal assurances that Ukraine will never pursue membership in NATO as a condition for talks to progress. As negotiations stall, Russian forces have continued to carry out deadly strikes across multiple Ukrainian regions, further straining relief efforts and infrastructure. These relentless attacks have deepened Ukraine's energy crisis, leaving millions vulnerable amid the coldest weeks of winter. President Zelensky has urged authorities to accelerate imports of electricity and power equipment, saying swift action is crucial to protect civilians from worsening conditions. Officials estimate that the country's damaged power grid can currently supply only about 60% of national electricity demand, forcing rolling blackouts across major cities. Families across Ukraine are struggling to stay warm as sub-zero temperatures persist, relying on makeshift heating sources and emergency shelters to survive. Since Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022, targeting Ukraine's power grid during winter has become a recurring strategy aimed at pressuring the leadership and breaking public morale. The United Nations has condemned the latest wave of Russian strikes, warning that the continued assault puts millions, especially children and the elderly, at immediate and extreme risk.